on the hill for the Hawks. The freshman 14 points. Round comes set. And the first pitch, fastball high and tight for ball one. Wasslinger played in 51 games last season, went with a batting average of .305, scored 33 runs, 22 RBI, 11 doubles, 5 home runs, 4 stolen bases, and a .375 on base percentage. As the 1-0 lifted over toward third, Doherty takes the liner in his glove and throws over to first for reassurance, but will just get the one out. So I'll bring up Patrick Causa.
Shortstop number 16, Patrick Causa.
And Causa, another right-handed batter. 3 lefties in the lineup for the Mountaineers. Causa, the senior from Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania. Attended Berks Catholic High School. And the first pitch from Brown, a fastball low, ball one. Wasslinger over at first. Medium-sized lead. He's only attempted 2 stolen bases this year, but he is 2 for 2 as the throw over in that direction. Brown keeping a close eye on him. This is at Berks College High School for Patrick Causa. As the 1-0, breaking ball outside for ball one, or ball two, excuse me. He's a 4-year varsity letter winner for baseball. As a team captain as a senior at high school. Won the Pennsylvania District 3 championship in 2014. As Brown checks over at first base. He's the next in line in his family to attend Mount St. Mary's. His father and his uncle both attended. As the 2-0 hit and run was on, a ball lined straight into center field. Watzlager on the run. He's headed over to third base. He's going to head over it safely. And on the throw, Causa heads over to second. 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs for the Mountaineers. That'll bring up Pat Daly, left-handed hitter. And Daly digs in. So early opportunity for the Mountaineers. And Daly digs in. And the first pitch from Brown, lined straight back toward the press box window, but hits the base on the left side. 0-1. Runners at second and third for Mount St. Mary's. And the 0-1 darts outside, ball 1. Daly from Tawno, Virginia, a redshirt sophomore for the Mountaineers. As Brown comes set, and the 1-1 fastball darts too high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Attended War Hill High School and played in 24 games for the Mountaineers last season. As the 2-1 cut on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Brown 1 pitch away from potentially shutting down a early scoring opportunity for the Mountaineers. 2-2, off speed, low in the dirt, ball 3, count runs full. Full count to the lefty, Pat Daly. 6'4" is Daly, as the 3-2 fastball low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So great opportunity for Thomas Savastino. Savastino, a freshman, batting .224 this season. Just 6 RBI for him. But 10 walks, the numbers of strikeouts, a little high for him, 16. As the right-handed batter takes the first pitch from Marcus Brown, fastball upstairs. (1-0), and Savastino again taking low, ball 2. Breeze slowing down a little bit from left to right. Bases loaded, and the 2-0. Fastball outside, ball 3. So danger of walking in a run is Brown. Bases loaded, 3-0. And the pitch. Fastball just catches the outside corner for strike 1. Wassleger at third, calls it second, Daly at first. The 3-1, high fly ball out toward the infield. Over at second base is Hoskins, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. Crisis averted for Marcus Brown and Maryland Eastern Shore as they get out of a bases-loaded jam unscathed. We head to the bottom of the first, still no score. Hawks Bats coming up here on SFMSports.net. The first inning we go. Hawks and Mount St. Mary's scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first inning. And Avery Tennell going to be the leadoff man from Maryland Eastern Shore. Avery Tennell batting first, Dylan Oxer batting second, Devin Hancock batting third for the Hawks. Tennell, right-handed batter, sophomore, hitting .265 this season. And the first pitch from the righty, Cole Reeder, catches Tennell in the rib cage. So an early man aboard for Maryland Eastern Shore. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Dylan Oxer. And Oxer comes in for the sophomore as well, .253. Most at-bats for anyone on Maryland Eastern Shore so far this season. Reeder comes set, and the first pitch fastball soars high. Reeder, just a freshman, 8.44 ERA, no records so far. This will be his second game started. He's only gone 5 1/3 innings pitched. This will be his 5th total appearance. 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. As he'll check over at Tennell at first base. Reeder is a redshirt sophomore. As the 1-0 fastball catches the outer part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dylan Oxer. Avery Tennell over at first base. As the 1-1, the hit and run on a ball lined into right field. Tennell was on his way to third. Oxer's going to stop at first base, and runners on the corner for Maryland Eastern Shore. Nice execution of the hit and run for the Hawks. The Hawks looking to see if they can pick up some key runs here. Get started early. As the Hawks, runners on the corners. That'll bring Devin Hancock to the plate. Hancock, a right-handed batter. As the junior hitting .224 this year. First pitch, breaking ball, soars all the way toward the backstop. Tennell's going to come in to score. Oxer over to second, and the Hawks are aboard first. 1-0 on the wild pitch. Maryland Eastern Shore has been able to capitalize on some errors on the opposition over the last few games. The Norfolk State game was the one that came back to bite them. So Oxer moves into scoring position. Hancock at the plate. And the 1-0. Breaking ball low, ball 2. For Reeder, opponent's just hitting 176 off him this season, but the command has been the issue for him thus far. Hasn't been able to go long in most of his outings. As the 2-0 just catches the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike. So for the Mountaineers, as mentioned, 31-9 against Maryland Eastern Shore all time. 5 of the wins for the Hawks, while the other 3, Maryland Eastern Shore is 3-0 in neutral site games. 2-1, they check on Oxer at second base, but he's back in safely. Hancock digs back in the box. 2 balls, 1 strike to the right fielder. Reeder a long hold. We'll check over at Oxer at second. 2-1 offering on the way. Fastball darts low in the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hawks up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Hancock, the JUCO transfer from Chesapeake College. Back in his hometown playing at Salisbury, Maryland, is the 3-1 high fly ball out toward right field, but well out of play down the line. Played locally for Bennett High School, just up the road. Full count now. Ready to hold. Oxer over at second. They'll check on him again. He's just narrowly back in there. Stutter steps on the bag. Still nobody out. Shore making Reeder work for it in the early stages. Oxer dancing over at second and then comes back as the payoff pitch lined out toward right field. Wassleger has it on his glove, tagging up as Oxer. Headed over to third, and the Hawks have a man 90 feet away with one away. So that'll bring up Carson Davis, left-handed batter. Davis so far this season, hitting .333 for the senior. And a first pitch fastball below the knees. Davis 5 RBI on the season. Got 11 hits, 3 of them for extra base hits. As the 1-0 offering darts into the dirt. Reeder, his last time out was when Mount St. Mary's played Navy. Lost that game 11-7 as the 2-0 squared up and sent toward right center field. Urban's underneath it, makes the catch, tagging up his Oxer. He comes in to score a sacrifice fly from Carson Davis, and the Shore leads 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. So a wild pitch ends up scoring Avery Tennell, and a sacrifice fly from Carson Davis brings in Dylan Oxer. Here's DJ Doherty with the bases empty. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. And a first pitch to Doherty, a fastball that skips out of the glove of Costello behind the plate toward the backstop, 1-0. Managed just to go 1 1/3 innings was Reeder in that game against Navy. As the 1-0 clubbed in a slow worm burner over to short, scooped up by Causa, thrown over to first for out number 3. But the Shore able to plate 2, and they take an advantage as we head to the top of the second inning. Shore up 2-0 here on SFM Sports. Hawks leading 2-0. And Brown will wheel and deal a fastball, this time too far inside, ball 1. Brown able to dance out of some danger in the first inning. The bases were loaded. He's able to get Thomas Savastino to pop up as the 1-1 fouled out of play on the right side. Woodward will have a look at it, but it's about 100 feet out of his reach. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brown taking his time. And finally comes set. Davis sets up outside. 1-2. Right back to the mound. Skips off his second base and ricochets out towards center field. Unfortunate luck. Brown just jumped over the baseball. Wanted no part of that one. And now a man on first base, the leadoff. Here's Brian Shives, left-handed batter, the third baseman. Shives batting 174 this year. And a first pitch to him, popped him up straight up into the air. And the ball carrying out towards second base, gloved up by Hoskins. And he'll squeeze it with 2 hands for out number 1. Wind intermittently picking up and dying circumstantially as Jared Urban comes to the plate. As a center fielder, batting just 100 this year. His 12th start of the season. Another left-handed batter. As Brown has a snap throw over to first. And back in time safely is Costello. Urban from Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Went to Coatesville Area Senior High School. As the first pitch fastball dots the black toward the outside part of the plate. 0-1. 5'10" junior. And he faces an 0-1 count coming up from Marcus Brown. First pitch clubbed up directly overhead. Davis is going to have a look at it, but it's going to flip out of play toward the stands and skip out. Quick 0-2. Back-to-back seasons of hitting .230 for Urban in his freshman and sophomore campaign as he works into his junior year. Trying to get that average number up as the 0-2 breaking ball low in the dirt. Davis corrals it, keeps Costello in place at first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Last season, 126 at-bats for him. 26 runs scored, 18 RBIs, 5 doubles. .340 on base percentage. As the 1-2 pitch on the way, fastball tailing toward the outside corner, but too far out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mountaineers trailing 2-0 here in the top of the second inning. Brown keeping a close eye over at first base, and Costello, the runner, going. A ball fouled out toward left field. And just out of play. Tennell had a look at it, but just ran out of real estate. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jared Urban. That third game against Fairleigh Dickinson, the third game of that series. A 3-for-3 day for Urban. He had 3 runs scored, an RBI, a triple, and a double. As they'll check back over toward Costello at first base. Costello just 1 stolen base attempt this season. He's 1 for 1 as he takes a extra step at second base. 2-2 pushed out towards center field. Cordell racing to get there, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Tennell in left and Cordell in center both convened on it, and no one was able to come up with it. 2-on for the Mountaineers. Back to the top of the order with Miles Nicholson. Nicholson flew out to center field his first time up. Nicholson from Falling Waters, West Virginia. As the sophomore digs in, right-handed batter. Davis sets up outside, and the first pitch from Brown goes inside for strike 1. Nicholson today out in left field, but on the team's roster he's listed as utility, as the 0-1 sails too far in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Solid in his rookie campaign, hit .301, led the team in stolen bases with 22, and also in runs scored with 38. As the 1-1, they'll do a little bit of housekeeping toward Costello at second base, but he's back in rather lackadaisically. One ball, 1 strike coming up to Miles Nicholson. And Brown delivers. Clubbed and fouled directly off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brown living by the old pitcher's additive. Throw it in the zone and let hitters try to get themselves out. So far, that's been the case. We are in the top of second inning. Maryland Eastern Shore winning 2-0. And a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Miles Nicholson. Brown wheels and deals. High chopper over to short. Oxford takes it, flips over to second. A chance for 2, but a takeout slide from Urban breaks up any chance of that one. 2 down here in the inning as it ends up as a fielder's choice. So runners on the corners, 2 outs for Mount St. Mary's. Owen Wasslager digs his way in. Davis checks over toward the dugout to relay the signs toward the infield. See if Brown can get out of another inning of potential danger. First pitch to Wasslager. That's the outside corner, 0-1. Wasslager, a single his first time, got all the way to third in that bases loaded first inning, but unable to do anything with it. .01, and Brown taking his time, finally gets on the same page with Davis. The 0-1 fouled directly back, the runner going, and Nicholson has to head back to first. Urban at third, Nicholson at first. Wasslager at the plate. And an 0-2 count. The pitch on the way, and it's a slow roller out toward right field. That'll plate Urban. Nicholson was going on the pitch. He'll end up at third, and runners on the corners. An RBI single for Owen Wasslager. He's 2 for 2 today.
Second baseman number 2, Alex Chris.
2-1, Maryland Eastern Shore leads here in the top of the second inning. Give way to Alex Chris. Lined out to DJ Doherty at third base, his first time up. Still 2 outs in the inning. So Alex Chris, second baseman, first pitch swinging. Slow roller toward DJ Doherty at third. A long throw over to first, and he's able to connect with Woodward for out number 3. But the Mountaineers able to come through with an RBI single from Owen Wasslager to trim the deficit to just 1 run. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Maryland Eastern Shore in front, 2-1 on SFM Sports. inning. 2-1 Maryland Eastern Shore in front of Mount St. Mary's. 6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Hawks. Peter Jamison, Peyton Hoskins, Tyler Woodward, the 3 for the Hawks. Jamison, right-handed batter. Face off against Cole Reeder. And the first pitch to Jamison, a fastball inner half. Reeder giving up just 1 hit thus far, but finds himself behind. 0-1 to Jamison. High ball over toward the right side, and it's just foul on the line. Jamison gave it a ride, but not quite enough. So far this season for Jamison, sophomore hitting .267. He's looking at a 400 clip and a pretty productive series against Norfolk State. But he finds himself in a 0-2 count. Reeder the line, and the pitch on the way, a breaking ball, just a touch too high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reeder winds, and he'll deliver. 1-2, low in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For Jamison in those 2 games in Norfolk State. The last one, a 3-for-4 showcasing. 2 doubles, a run scored, 1 RBI. As the 2-2 fisted foul over toward the right side, and we'll do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes to Peter Jamison. Peyton Hoskins on deck for Maryland Eastern Shore. As the 2-2 on the way, chased into the dirt, and a little bit of cleanup from Costello as he makes the throw to first on the drop third strike. And Jamison will go down for out number 1. So the freshman, the redshirt sophomore in Reeder, starting to I'm going to bring up Hoskins. And the first pitch to Peyton off the tip of the bat, right toward the backstop, 0-1. Hoskins, another freshman, .227 average this season. And the righty will take all right over outside for ball 1. Hoskins slowly but surely from Northeast Maryland. So take a breaking ball low, ball 2. Out of Northeast High School, 4-time All-County and All-Conference selection. 4 letters in baseball, 2 in basketball. As the 2-1 fastball right at the letters. Draws it even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Maryland Eastern Shore in front here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 2-1 they lead. Reeder fiddles in the glove and delivers the 2-2 in the dirt. Hoskins making him work. And the count's full. Reeder winds, and the payoff pitch. Fastball upstairs, ball 4, and it's a 1-out walk for the freshman Peyton Hoskins.
First baseman, number 13, Tyler Woodward.
So here's Tyler Woodward. Getting the call at first base today with Marcus Brown on the hill. Woodward, a 6'2" freshman out of Gaithersburg, Maryland. And the right-handed batter, first pitch, fastball right down the middle for strike one. Woodward right at the Mendoza line, 200. He's got 4 hits on the season. His 6th start of the year. And the 0-1 punched out toward left field as it had just enough air to go through the hole on the left side. 2 on, 1 out for Maryland Eastern Shore. So I move to the number 9 hole with Brian Cordell. Cordell starting out in center field. And the sophomore left-handed batter digs in. Marzif skips out past the protector of Costello, and both runners will move up. Tough pitch to control, and a wild one issued. So 2 in scoring position for Maryland Eastern Shore. Good chance for Cordell. He's got 5 RBI on the season. It's a 1-0 count. And the pitch. Chopper up towards center. Who's going to get there? It's gloved up finally at second. Trying to catch leaning off the line. And they're eventually going to corral it for the Mountaineers. But Peyton Hoskins comes in to score, and Maryland Eastern Shore picks themselves up yet another run, 3-1 here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Odd circumstance of events. It was straight up the middle towards second base. Causa and Chris couldn't decide who was going to get it. Chris finally is the man who picks it up. Ends up trying to get Tyler Woodward off the base at third. Ends up throwing it toward the fence, but everyone's still where they are. Cordell's over at second base. Cordell at second, Woodward at third, and back to the top of the order with Avery Tennell. Hit by a pitch his first time up. First pitch to Tennell, fastball low for ball 1. Maryland Eastern Shore, 3 runs here in the early first, and now 1 in the second. Reeder holding in the 1-0 and will deliver a fastball of Costello, 2-0. Forward at third, Cordell at second, Avery Tennell at the plate. Trying to get him on base. It's been his MO for him. The 2-0 fastball soars low again, 3-0. So Reeder starting to show some signs of danger himself. A wind in the 3-0 fastball right down the chute, strike 1. Tennell not even thinking of taking the bat off his shoulder. Already some action in the Mountaineer bullpen as the 3-1 to Tennell. High fly ball out toward right field. Wassleger's underneath it holding. He'll make the catch. Tagging up is Woodward. He'll score. And Cordell will tag up as well, headed to third. So a sacrifice fly for Avery Tennell. And the Shore leads 4-1 here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Number 2, Dylan Oxer.
Here's Dylan Oxer with a runner at third. Oxer a single and came around to score his first time up. So the Shore able to get to Cole Reeder here early in this game. And the first pitch to Dylan Oxer for a breaking ball that he's able to turn right toward the line at third. Shives scoops it up, throws to first for out. But Maryland Eastern Shore again able to put up a pair. We head to the top of the third. Hawks in front 4-1 on SFMSports.net. Cause is not leaning too far in that general direction. One ball, two strikes, and a changeup outside and low, ball two. So Daly settles. Calls over at first. 2-2 count. And Brown delivers the hit and run on the way. A ball squared up and smacked over into right field, but just foul to the right of the foul pole, deep in right field. And a fortunate break for Maryland Eastern Shore. Just a very long and loud strike number two. Strikes, nobody out here in the top of the third inning for the Mountaineers. A 2-2, and it sails outside. So Daly able to battle his way back. Starting off 0-2, now it's a full count. Brown holds and the payoff pitch. Runner going. The pitch, a ball anyway. 2-1 for the Mountaineers.
First baseman, number 23, Thomas Savastillo.
So the Mountaineers in business. Nobody out, 2-1. Thomas Savastillo, the next man up. Savastillo popped up to second base his first time up. And the first pitch from Brown, bunt shown right back toward the mound. Brown fields it, throws over to first. It's his only play, and he's able to connect one down. But the sac bunt does work out for the Mountaineers as they're able to break up the double play, and both runners advance into scoring position.
Catcher number 18, Zach Costello.
Still a 4-1 Maryland Eastern Shore lead here in the top of the third inning, but the Mountaineers are knocking. Brown must have a lucky rabbit's foot in his pocket thus far. He's been able to escape damage in back-to-back innings. And a first pitch swinging is Zach. Bases loaded, escaped in the first, just one scathed in the second. And now 2 on, 1 out for the Mountaineers here in the third. The 0-1 and hits him in the back. Costello's headed over to first, and now another bases loaded jam for the Hawks.
Third baseman number 19, Bryant Shives.
Golden opportunity for Bryant Shives. Shives so far this season, 5 RBI, but a golden opportunity to add to that total here with the bases loaded. 1 down here in the top of the third inning. Brown winds and the first pitch fastball smoked into right field. That one's going to roll down the line over toward first. That's going to plate a pair for the Mountaineers, and it's a double coming up for Bryant Shives. And Mount St. Mary's able to trim it to just within 1. They plate 2, 4-3 Hawks lead here in the top of the third. Costello moves to third. Causa and Daly both score. Now we move to the number 9 spot with Jared Urban. Urban, the lefty, has the luck, at least for the moment, for Marcus Brown. Ran dry. Second time through the order, the Mountaineers are seeing the pitches better, and they were able to jump on it effectively. Brown gets a fresh baseball to his liking, as Jared Urban is the next man up here in the number 9 spot. Davis sets up way inside, and the first pitch left over the plate, but fouled directly overhead. It's 0-1. Urban a single and got all the way toward third his first time up. And Urban lifts the ball right toward right field through the hole. Battle plate 1. Charging around, coming in to score is Shives, and headed over to second is Urban. 2 more score for the Mountaineers, and they seize the lead here in the top of the third inning, 5-4. Urban got a fastball right in his wheelhouse and made Marcus Brown pay for it. Doing what they do, pulling the ball into right field, and that's been the case. Daly, Shives, and Urban have all seen him pretty well. They're combined 4 for 5 against him here in just the third inning. 3 runs to score between them. So a mound visit coming out. Just trying to settle Brown down a little bit. 4 runs placed here in the top of the third inning for the Mountaineers. So flip to the top of the order with Miles Nicholson. Nicholson trying to continue to hit at that blistering pace for the righty. He's already up over 400. Came into this game a 431 average. And so far today, 0 for 2. Urban at second, and the first pitch from Brown, a breaking ball right at the knees for strike one. Still just one down here in the top of the third. Mountaineers have seen their chance, and they've seized it. 0-1, turned on foul toward the dugout on the third base side, and skips out toward the stands. So Nicholson finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Bright spot, I guess, suppose, here for Marcus Brown. Has been able to limit offensive threats for the Mountaineers thus far today. Already his third plate appearance. The 0-2, a little turnaround throw toward Urban, but he's back in there safely. Oh, 2, one out here in the top of the third inning. Mountaineers with a one-run lead. Out hitting the Hawks 8-3 thus far. Brown holds, and the 0-2 breaking ball chased through the dirt and able to send down Miles Nicholson on strikes as Marcus Brown. He picks up his first punch out here this afternoon. So Brown, at least for the moment, one out away from stopping the bleeding, at least for the time being. That'll bring up Owens Wassleger. Wassleger, lefty, and a first pitch he'll take, 4-1. Wassleger 2 for 2 today, a productive one for him. Responsible for the first run back in the second inning for the Mountaineers is the 1-0 pitch. Slow worm burner over to second base, scooped up. He'll throw over to first to end the top of the third inning. Mountaineers here in the top of the third. They put a 4 spot against Marcus Brown and the Hawks. We head to the bottom of the third. Mount St. Mary's in front, 5-4 on SFMSports.net. Bottom of the third inning, Shore trailing Mount St. Mary's 5-4. And then Devin Hancock going to be the leadoff man for the Hawks. 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Maryland Eastern Shore. Hancock flew out to right field his first time up. And a first pitch from Reeder. Slow grounder over to short, scooped up by Causa, and he'll throw on the run toward first, out number 1. So we'll see if Reeder can have himself a shutdown inning. No one so far has. Neither starter has had a 1-2-3 inning. There's Carson Davis, the left-handed catcher. Deep breath from Reeder on the mound. He'll shrug the shoulders. And a first pitch, Davis caught up in on the hands. Costello's looking for the ball, and by the time he finds it, it's well out of play. Scoops off a couple chairs, and it's 0-1. An 0-1. Davis a sacrifice fly back in the first inning. as the 0-1 fastball just a touch low for the Viking. Our home plate umpire Brian Laws, Tom Disharoon at first, and Duran Holder at third. 1-1 pitch to Davis. Smoked and turned on, but just foul. Outside the grasp of Savastillo at first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Hawks catcher. Ready to the wind, and the 1-2 pitch. Davis able to lift it toward left field, but hangs up enough for Nicholson to make the catch, 2 away.
Third baseman, number 26, DJ Doherty.
So a little move, DJ Doherty with 2 outs. Nobody on for Maryland Eastern Shore as they trail in this game 5-4 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Doherty grounded out to short his first time up. He'll take his time getting in the box. Reader winds, and the first pitch to DJ. Fastball, outer black, strike 1. DJ, right-handed batter. Made some solid defensive plays at third base over the last couple games. As the 0-1 breaking ball hung up in the air, but unable to stay on the back foot long enough to make Reader pay for it. Will foul it toward the dugout of Mount St. Mary's on the third base side, 0-2. So Reader on the cusp of having a 1-2-3 inning. Be the first one of the afternoon for either starter. 0-2 to Doherty, a curveball that he emergency hacks in on the hands, fouls it toward the second base concourse on the left side. Still nobody on. 2 outs and an 0-2 count coming up to DJ Doherty. Reader delivers, and he'll skip it toward the plate. A 50-foot curveball that bounces into the chest protector of Costello. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reader, Mill Hall, Pennsylvania. And Mill Hall native winds the 1-2. Fastball erodes in the dirt. This is only the second active season for Reader, obviously. Redshirted the 2016-17 season. Then made 7 appearances for the Mountaineers last year as the 2-2 outside for ball 3. Only pitched 15 innings, mostly in relief. And now after starting off DJ Doherty 0-2, he's worked it all the way back to a full count. 3-2 coming up to DJ Doherty. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. The pitch swung on a miss for strike 3. Cole Reader has a 1-2-3 inning for Mount St. Mary. And the Mountaineers in front of the Hawks 5-4. Pitching change for the Hawks. Chris Sanders, the Pocomoke City native, digs in, and the freshman going to see if he can come up with some reprieve for Maryland Eastern Shore. And the first pitch from Sanders, a fastball smacked toward the dugout of Mount St. Mary's. It's Alex Christ, the man at the plate. Sanders attended Pocomoke High School. Faced Norfolk State over the weekend. As the 0-1 changeup swung on and missed. Way out in front of it was Chris, 0-2. Managed to go 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 runs total, 2 walks. And the 0-2 coming up to Chris. Pitch on the way and a high fly ball out toward left field. Just too much air underneath it. Tennell waits for it and he makes the one-handed grab for out number 1. Chris had a good chance at that one, but got the bat 2 underneath it. I'll give away to Patrick Causa. Causa 2 for 2 today, and a first pitch fastball sails beneath the strike zone. It's 1-0. Double back in the first, single in the third, and then came around to score as well. 5-4, Mountaineers lead here in the top of the 4th. As a 1-0 fastball sails outside. For the Hawks, they've got game number 2 coming up about a half hour after the conclusion of game number 1. And then they'll start a 3-game series against Delaware State on Friday. As the 2-0 fastball low for ball 3. After that, Maryland Eastern Shore hits the road. As Sanders winds, and the 3-0 fastball right at the letters. Hits the road to a doubleheader at Mount St. Mary's and comes back home for a 3-game series against Coppin State. And then they hit the road for most of April. As the 3-1 check swing foul toward the netting. And Maryland Eastern Shore won't be back at home until they take on Norfolk State on May 3rd. Have a 3-game series. Sanders finally gets on the same page as Davis. And the full count to Causa on the way. Fastball upstairs, ball 4. He walked him. 1-out walk for Causa. And thus far, neither Brown nor Sanders has been able to come up with an answer to keep him off base so far today. Speaking of problems, here's Pat Daly. He's 1 for 1. Run scored. Sanders holds. And the first pitch to the lefty, smoked down the first base line, but foul. Woodward gave it a decent effort, but he's playing close to the bag, and it's just too far out of his reach. And so Maryland Eastern Shore will have those last 3 games at home, May 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and close out the season on a doubleheader at Georgetown. Oh, 0-1 on the way. Fastball outside for ball 1. Sanders trying to settle in. Picking up for Marcus Brown as it's 5-4. As the pitch, a called ball low in the dirt, and the runner was going anyway. Causes over at second. 5-4 Mountaineer lead. Runner 1 out for the Mountaineers. 2 balls, 1 strike, coming up toward the lefty. Daly way out in front of that one and smokes it toward the picnic area on the right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mountaineers making good contact against Sanders, just trying to straighten out a little bit. The 2-2 on the way. Breaking ball low in the dirt. Good block by Carson Davis. And another full count. Second straight for Sanders. Calls it second. And the lefty Sanders holds. Comes set. And the payoff pitch, fastball inside. Ball 4, back-to-back walks. And the Mountaineers starting inning number 4 almost similarly to the way they did in inning number 3. Thomas Savastino, right-handed batter, digs in. Sanders ready. Runners at first and second for the Mountaineers. And the first pitch swung on and missed. Strike 1. Got him with a breaking ball. Mountaineers able to chase Marcus Brown from this game. Went up 5 runs and 8 hits. Brown. And they'll have a look at second base, but no throw is garnered. As Causa dives back in there. Zach Costello, the catcher, on deck. 0-1, change up outside, ball 1. Sanders taking his time, trying to find the right pitch. 1-1, swung on and missed for the strike. The throw down the third, and they got him. Causa got greedy on the double steal, and he's gunned down at third. Nice throw from Carson Davis. 1 ball, 2 strikes coming up to Thomas Savastino, and 2 outs in the inning. One ball, 2 strikes. Sanders the hold, and he'll deliver, and chasing at a changeup. Foul tip into the mid of Davis, and Sanders is able to get out of some danger of his own. Puts up a 0, and we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Maryland Eastern Shore trailing Mount St. Mary's 5-4 on SFMSports.net.
Leading off the bottom, fourth for the short, designated number 17, Peter Jameson.
Peter Jameson leading things off for Maryland Eastern Shore here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Hawks find themselves trailing Mount St. Mary's 5-4. It'll be Jameson, Hoskins, and Woodward, 6, 7, and 8 for the Shore. Jameson struck out his first time up. Cole Reeder still out there, and he'll start off Jameson with a changeup inside. Reeder able to have a 1-2-3 inning. So he'll start going with a fastball opposite side of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shore able to get to him for 2 runs in the first and second, but able to calm down in the third as the 1-1 from Jameson pushed out toward right field, dashing toward the line, and just a couple of feet outside into foul territory. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jameson had a ball similarly hit like that his first at-bat that just narrowly missed the line as well. One ball, 2 strikes to Peter Jameson Jr. Sophomore digs in. Reeder waits for him. And he'll wind. 1-2 pitch. Slapped out of play on the right side as well toward the parking lot. So it'll stay 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hawks trailing by 1. Reeder winds, and the 1-2. Outside, fastball. 2-2. Jameson starting in his 8th game so far this season for Maryland Eastern Shore. 16th total appearance. On base percentage of .333. Finds himself in a 2-2 count against Cole Reeder. And time's finally called. Redshirt sophomore was already about to work his way through his windup. Gets on the same page with Costello, and he'll wind. 2-2, fastball outside, ball 3. So Jameson works it full. Able to get 2 strikes quickly on Jameson. Now it's back to full count. Looking for the put-out pitch. And the 3-2. Jameson slapped over to short. Backhanded by Causa. Turnaround throw over at short. And gets him by just a step. Nice throw from Causa. 1 away. Here's Peyton Hoskins. Walked and came around to score. So Costello will go out and have a chat with a Reeder. As the bullpen over in Mount St. Mary's gingerly warming up. Costello back to the plate. And Hoskins digs in. And the first pitch skips off the dirt and all the way back toward the backstop, 1-0. Well, Hoskins awaits the 1-0 and the pitch. Fastball outside, ball 2. Hoskins' 17th start of the season. Looking to see if he can get something going here for Maryland Eastern Shore, who trails by 1. He'll take a fastball low, ball 3. Bottom of the fourth inning, 5-4 in favor of Mount St. Mary's. 3-0 from Reeder. Fastball outside, ball 4. 4-pitch walk issued to Peyton Hoskins, and the Shore have a base runner.
First baseman, number 13, Tyler Woodward.
So Tyler Woodward comes to the plate for Maryland Eastern Shore, right-handed batter. Try and see if they can get something going. Peyton Hoskins, 2 walks thus far as he stands over at first base. Woodward with a single his last time up and also came around to score. First pitch, breaking ball right at the letters, 0-1. Shore got off to a strong start. And since Reeder's been able to be the beneficiary of escaping some danger as well. Marcus Brown was able to do that at the beginning of the game. Finally caught up with him. Reeder, the opposite case. The 0-1 inside catches the shoulder of Tyler Woodward, and 2-1 for Maryland Eastern Shore. So back to the number 9 spot, Brian Cordell. And that looks like that'll be the day for Cole Reeder. Baseball taken away, and we head to the bullpen for Mount St. Mary's. We'll be back to talk a little bit about them when we come back on SFMSports.net.
For Mount St. Mary's on the mound for the Mountaineers, number 38, Sean Flynn.
Coming in for the Mountaineers, and Flynn going to face off against Brian Cordell. Flynn, a junior right-handed pitcher, and a first pitch lifted straight up in the air toward shallow left field. Battling the sun is Causa, and he'll make the catch at short. 2 away for Maryland Eastern Shore. Flynn so far this season, no run. His 5th appearance, 9 2/3 innings pitched, 11 hits, 8 earned runs, 4 walks, 12 strikeouts. ERA of 7.45 for him on the season. Flynn the hold, and the first pitch to Avery Tennell, a fastball outside for ball one, or strike one, excuse me. It's a hold from Sean Flynn. As Hoskins over at second, Woodward at first. The 0-1 to Tennell, just a touch outside, ball one. Flynn from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Attended Malvern Preparatory High School. Appeared in 14 games. Struck out 7 batters in 15 2/3 innings pitched. Pitched 6 scoreless innings during the year. As the 1-1, Tennell taps it foul off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two on, 2 out for Maryland Eastern Shore, trailing by 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning, 5-4 ball game. Avery Tennell finds himself in a 1-2 count. Flynn checks over at second and delivers the 1-2. Ball skips off the protector, headed slowly getting in there as Hoskins just beat it out by a step. Now both runners advance, 2 in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Avery Tennell. Now 5 RBI this season. Flynn ready on the third base side of the rubber, and the righty deals. Came outside, ball 3. Another one of these tall pitchers for Mount St. Mary's, 6'3", listed at 6'3", 200. Payoff pitch to Avery Tennell. Fastball in the dirt, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Maryland Eastern Shore. Dylan Oxer comes to the plate. An opportunity to see if he can put the Shore back in front. Oxer so far today, 1 for 2. Single and a ground out, and a run scored. Flynn, the first pitch breaking ball, outside for ball 1. Flynn kind of interesting working out of the stretch. Just before he comes set, shimmies his shoulders, reminiscent of the old Johnny Cueto in Major League Baseball. 1-0 turnaround throw to second. It skips into center field. That's going to bring Hoskins in to tie the ball game. Tennell headed to second. He's going to get there safely, and advancing to third is Tyler Woodward. Tie ball game, 5-5. A high-risk gamble there from Flynn, and it ends up backfiring as Maryland Eastern Shore is able to tie it at 5 apiece here in the bottom of the 4th. (1-0) to Dylan Oxer. And the delivery. Fastball just on the outer black, 4 strike. One ball, 1 strike to the Shore shortstop. Good chance for Maryland Eastern Shore here if they can come away with some contact to take the lead back in this game. 1-1 from Flynn. Oxer spoiled off. Back out of play on the right side. One ball, 2 strikes. 5-5 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th. Dylan Oxer at the plate, facing a 1-2 count. Sean Flynn on the mound. Comes set. 1-2. Fastball way outside, and a Great snag from Costello. Had to dive and reach out for it. This is a couple inches shorter. That's a Maryland Eastern Shore lead. So it's even across. 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on for Maryland Eastern Shore. Pitch from Flynn. Oxeray, high fly ball outfield. Urban camps out underneath it. He makes the catch to end the inning. Maryland Eastern Shore, though, able to pick up a run on an error on the pitcher, and it's a tie ball game. We head to the 5th. Tied 5-5 here on SFMSports.net. Sanders surrendered 2 walks back in the 4th inning as the 1-0 cut on and missed for strike 1. Shore able to tie the ball game in the bottom of the 4th inning on an errant throw from Sean Flynn into center field on a pickoff attempt to second as the 1-1 inside, ball 2. Costello, run scored, hit by pitch and run scored. As the 2-1 from Sanders on the way. And a fastball low, ball 3, excuse me. 3-1 to the catcher. Sanders trying to get the walks under control. He's got 11 so far this season. He'll wind, and 3-1. Check swing, but it didn't matter. Ball 4. Bryant Shives comes up to the plate. Shives 1 for 2, double and a run scored himself. Bottom part of the order has been trouble for both Maryland Eastern Shore pitchers. They've only managed 1 putout. First pitch to Shives upstairs. Shives was the only one they were able to record an out against, and that was back in the 2nd inning where he popped up to second base. The 1-0 bunt shown, but it's bunted directly into the Maryland Eastern Shore dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. to Ryan Shrives. Sanders comes set. Lead over at first. And the 1-1 hits him off the ankle. By the pitch, and 2-1 for the Mountaineers. 3 walks and a hit by pitch for Chris Sanders. One ball, 2 strikes. So the 1-2 clubbed directly back. Won't do it again. Almost a near hit by Shives, but apparently they're going to keep him at home plate. Decent lead for Costello over at first base. 1-2, ripped down the line over at third base. It gets past the glove of Doherty. It'll roll past over Tennell in left field, back to the wall. Getting the wave around is Costello. He's going to score. Coming into third is Shives head first. Be a double and an error. And now Mount St. Mary's back in front, 6-5 over Maryland Eastern Shore here in the top of the 5th inning. Tough go of things as Costello comes in to score. Heads all the way to third. And that'll bring up Jared Urban. And Coach Holloman makes the sign to the bullpen. That'll be the day for Chris Sanders. A tough one for the young man from Pocomoke. But Maryland Eastern Shore is headed to the bullpen. Back to talk about him in a moment on SFMSports.net. Franco, the next man up for Maryland Eastern Shore. Franco comes in with a record of 1-0 at 6.43 ERA. This will be his 6th appearance. This facing off against Jared Urban, hitter. Franco, the right-hander, against Urban, the lefty, and first pitch swinging gets Urban through it. 0-1. Franco picked up first win of the season in that marathon game against Norfolk State. 0-1, or it's ball one. No strikeouts as the 1-1 lifted high up in the air toward shallow center field. A trio of Hawks around at Oxford's control fires over to third at DJ Doherty and keeps them close. First out of the inning for the Hawks. Here in the top of the fifth, Mountaineers with a 6-5 lead. Back to the top of the order with Miles Nicholson. Bryant Shives over at third base. The first pitch turned on, but well deep and foul on the nothing in one. And Franco will hold in the 0-1. This one popped up straight toward the backstop. Wind carrying it back toward the stands, and that's where it'll end up. 1-2. Franco the Jr. from Hackettsville, New Jersey. Trying to come into this inning, keep things quiet just to 1 run. Oh, 2. And a fastball low in the dirt. Nicholson 0 for 3 today. And Franco will take his time. Here in the top of the fifth. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch swung on a miss for strike 3. Pulled the hook, and Nicholson came up empty. Franco out, and Nicholson's second so far for afternoon. Bring up Owen Wasslager. Wasslager taking his time to get in. And first pitch swinging at a fastball. 1-1. 2 down in the inning here in the top of the fifth. Mount St. Mary's in front 6-5. Shore trying to get out of more danger. As the 0-1 lifted out toward left field, pushing foul toward the bullpen, and it'll rattle around out of play. We'll do it again. It's been up and down for Maryland Eastern Shore. Now they just got to find something defensively. Have just a shutdown inning. Keep things quiet. The 0-2 right back to the mound. Franco slaps it down, able to fling over to first in time. And that'll end the inning. But Mount St. Mary's picks up the go-ahead run 6-5 as we head to the bottom of the fifth on SFMSports.net. for ball one. Game number one of our doubleheader today against Mount St. Mary's. 2 7-inning games. As the pitch nibbles its outside corner for strike one. As Flynn trying to redeem himself. His offense got him the lead back as the 1-1 just a touch outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Flynn's errant throw just an inning ago as Hancock pushes one toward left field. Nicholson waits on it and makes the catch, 1 away. There's the lefty Carson Davis, and the catcher so far today, sac fly, and flew out to left field. And the first pitch from Flynn starts him with 4 ball. Flynn the 1-0. Davis, number off the end of the bat. Gloved up by Causa, thrown over to first just in time. 2 away. So we'll bring up DJ Doherty, who was 0 for 2 today. Ground out and a strikeout. And Flynn delivers the first pitch. Breaking ball upstairs. Shore trying to string something together. They've managed just 3 hits so far today. Mount St. Mary's with 9. And a 6-5 game in favor of the Mountaineers. 1-0 to Doherty upstairs in high and tight. 2-0 to the third baseman for the Shore. Two-0 pitch, outside, ball 3. So both teams have certainly scored the unconventional ways to get to where we are at this point in the game. Bottom of the 5th. 3 total errors between the two teams as the 3-0 way inside, ball 4 as Doherty takes first base. Jamison comes at the plate. Another 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out. Flynn comes set. And the first pitch of the righty Jamison, a fastball. Flynn's starting to lose a little of the command. He was able to get those first 2 outs pretty quickly and couldn't find anything against DJ Doherty. Jamison, a liner right into the short to end the inning. So Flynn able to get some help from the defense as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Mount St. Mary's in front, 6-5 on SFMSports.net. we go. 6-5 in favor of Mount St. Mary's. And it'll be Alex Chris, Patrick Causa, and Pat Daly up for the Mountaineers, 3, 4, and 5. And the first pitch, breaking ball pushed directly over the netting, out of play. Davis will have a look at it, but it skips off the railing. Chris 0 for 3. Line out, ground out, fly out. No 1. And Franco kicks. Pitch lifted well up in the air over toward the third base side. Doherty fighting the sun, and he's able to make the catch. Fights off the sun, gloves, makes the catch. I'll move this on to Patrick Causa, who so far today has reached base all 3 times. A double back in the first, single in the third, came around to score, and then a walk in the fourth, and a first pitch breaking ball low inside for ball 1. Franco able to come in the fifth and clean some things up, but Mount St. Mary still finds himself with a 1-run lead as the 1-0 pitch, fastball low, ball 2. Two balls for Patrick Causa, and he'll take a fastball right down the chute, 2-1. Hawks able to take some early advantage, but now playing from behind, down just 1 run here in the top of the 6th, as Franco fires in a strike toward the outer black. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Patrick Causa. Franco shakes off twice and finally gets on the same page. He'll kick and fire. Slow tapper to third. Doherty takes the worm burner in his hands, throws over to first. Beats him not in time. That was a bang-bang play, and just narrowly beating it out as Causa struck it down the first baseline pretty quickly. Last double clutch by Doherty was just enough of a hesitation to allow him to get to first safely. I'll bring up the lefty Pat Daly, who's had a productive day himself. He's 1 for 1, but a pair of walks. Right at the long hold, and first pitch fastball out, ball 1. Causa's solid day at the plate continues. 3 for 3. Got a walk in there and a run scored. The runner going, hit runs on, a high fly ball out into right field, but Hancock's underneath it. The throw over to first. Not just enough. Back in there closely is Causa. He's leaning over at first, and Woodward was holding the tag on him just in case he fell over, but it's out number 2. So I'll bring up Thomas Savastillo. Savastillo 0 for 2. Davis sets up outside. And the first pitch from Franco. High fly ball out toward left field. Tennell tracking it out toward foul territory. He makes the catch 1 step into foul ground. So that'll do it for the top of the 6th inning. A 0 put up for Johnny Franco. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, so score sitting still the same, 6-5 in favor of Mount third base side. Hoskins a pair of walks and 2 runs scored as the 0-1 fastball catches the outside corner. 0-2. One a long hold and finally gets on the same page with Costello. 0-2 pitch, fastball in the dirt. Hoskins has found himself in a favorable count the whole game, but now finds himself in a hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Flynn looking for the put-out pitch, the delivery. Another fastball in the dirt, 2-2. Hawks being out hit 10-3 in this game, but find themselves trailing by just 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-2 to Hoskins. A flare out towards center field. Urban takes 3 steps in, makes the catch. 4-1 away. So it'll bring us to Tyler Woodward. Woodward. Run scored, single, and a hit by pitch to his resume so far this afternoon. Flynn set, far side third base rubber, and a first pitch threw him the breaking ball, and way out in front was Woodward. Couldn't hold the head in there. (0-1), and Flynn delivers. Woodward fights off one in on the hands that ricochets around underneath us here at the press box. 0-2. We're down to their final 5 outs here in game number 1. Looking for that 1 run. The 0-2 inside. Patience for Tyler Woodward. 1-2. 1 in on his hands, but he's able to fight it off just enough and push it towards center field, and he'll reach with a 1-out single. To the number 9 spot, and Brian Cordell. Cordell. 1 for 2.
Pinch runner, Chris Allen.
And we'll have a pinch runner coming in for the Shore as well. A freshman Chris Allen over at first base. So lefty Cordell slowly taking his time into the box. And as Brian Laws, our home plate umpire, gets ready himself. So Allen already a sizable lead at first. First place that Glenn's looking. And time's finally called. Shore was able to score 1 run back in the 4th inning after Flynn tried to maneuver a pickoff throw towards second and throw it into center field. So we'll see if he has any attempts over at first, and he does right away. So Allen certainly going to be drawing some eyes from Flynn on the mound. Just a 1-run game. And the first pitch to Cordell, low in the dirt for ball one. Hawks trailing by one here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Runner on first, one out. Brian Cordell at the plate. Chris Allen over at first base. Creeping his way over. Caught leaning a little bit, but he's back in safely at first. Still a 1-0 count to Cordell. And again, they're checking close on Allen. Cordell's only seen one pitch thus far. 3 pickoffs over toward first base. (1-0) and Flynn's not in any hurry to throw a pitch toward home plate. Another close one with Allen. And it's just a cat and mouse game. (1-0). Brian Cordell, 1-0. Allen over at first, just taking his time, inching his way ever closer toward the corner. The 1-0. Ball skips past by Castillo. Allen was trying to go for third, but he tripped over second. He's just going to have to settle for that. Allen is 0 for 2 in stolen base attempts. So now the tying run standing at second. A pickoff throw at second, and they would have had a good chance at Allen if that was not a dropped ball by Causa. They'd have had a good shot. (2-0) to Brian Cordell. Flynn knowing the circumstances. And the freshman out on the base paths, they've been testing it. 2-0, chased a high fastball, 2-1. Avery Tennell on deck at the top of the order if he's called upon. Two balls, one strike. And the pitch. Fouled off over on the third base side, out of play. Two balls, two strikes to Brian Cordell. Lefty hanging in here. Flynn checks over at Allen at second. And the 2-2. Able to pop him up toward the infield. Shives is looking for it at third. And he drops the ball. Lost it in the sun. And dropped it at the last moment. So Cordell's, for the moment, safe back toward the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes it remains. A big out that could potentially cost Mount St. Mary's depending on how these at-bats go. Two balls, 2 strikes. Flynn, a very long look inside, and finally he'll step off. Mountaineers, more action in the bullpen. Right-hander tossing around. 2 balls, 2 strikes coming up to Brian Cordell. Allen over at second base. And the pitch. Low outside, ball 3. So now a full bottom of the 6th inning. 6-5. Mount St. Mary lead, but a runner in scoring position at second and Allen. The payoff pitch to Cordell, turned on but foul toward the bullpen of Maryland Eastern Shore. And we'll do it again. Cordell's making him work. Three balls, 2 strikes. Turnaround throw to Allen. Flynn's able to connect with Causa, but not close. Flynn holding. And the payoff pitch. Line toward right field. That ball's going to drop for a base hit. Allen's getting the wave around home. He's going to score as the ball rolls all the way toward the corner. Cordell is losing the helmet. He's headed to third and sliding in there safely. An RBI triple to tie the ball game for Brian Cordell here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 6 apiece. Cordell was fighting off tough pitches, working around numerous pickoffs, and finally get the pitch he liked, and he delivers. Allen comes in to score. The Hawks tied this thing up at 6, headed into the 7th inning, looking for more with 90 feet away. First pitch to Avery Tennell, a breaking ball outside.
Avery Tennell.
So a frustrating moment for Mount St. Mary's as Shives had a chance to send Cordell down on a pop-out in foul territory over at third base. And it bounced off the heel of his glove as he lost it in the sun. Allowed Cordell to commence with the at-bat, and once he do, delivers the game-tying RBI triple. The 1-0 to Tennell. Fastball right down the middle. One ball, 1 strike to the left fielder. Cordell, the go-ahead run, 90 feet away. The 1-1, low and outside. Costello popped up like he was about to have a look over at third base as Cordell came crashing toward home plate. Two balls, 1 strike, tied at 6-6 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-1 to Tennell, tapper toward third, gloved up, and they're able to get the force as Shives was waiting for that one, and Cordell was headed toward home no matter what. Tennell safe over at first on the fielder's choice, and Cordell cut down at home.
Shortstop, number 2, Dylan Oxford.
So Avery Tennell at first, Dylan Oxer coming to the plate with 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Flynn set. And the first pitch to Dylan Oxer, a breaking ball that doesn't quite break, 1-0. Oxer today. Productive at the plate. Got a single, run scored. But now, Maryland Eastern Shore trying to break this tie ball game, as I'll check over at first. Wyatt Stuckey warming up in the Mount St. Mary's bullpen as Oxer pops one straight toward the top of the infield. Savastillo calls everyone off, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. Well, Brian Cordell with the game-tying RBI triple gets Maryland Eastern Shore able to draw even. 6-6 as we head to the top of the 7th inning on SFMSports.net. Mount St. Mary's here in the top of the 7th inning. Game still tied at 6-6. A defensive change for Maryland Eastern Shore. Number 24, Aaron Murray, a freshman, checks in at first base. As Costello's been a tough out thus far as well. He's come around to score all 3 times he's been up as well. And the first pitch to him, way inside for ball 1. One-0 to Costello, a high fly ball out toward left field. Tennell tracking it, fights the sun, and makes the catch, 1 away. That's 4. Maryland Eastern Shore trying to battle and give themselves a chance. A 7-inning doubleheader here in game number 1. Tie ball game at 6, top of the 7th. Ryan Shives, the man up, and the righty will take a first pitch fastball outside, ball 1. Shives hit by pitch, popped up to second, and doubled, came around to score back in the 3rd inning. As the 1-0 bunt went right through it, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's been a back and forth game. Both teams taking advantage of some defensive miscues and some pitching mistakes. As the 1-1 lifted high up in the air, over toward left field again. Tennell has to backpedal a little bit, but he settles underneath it and makes the catch, 2 away. And a pinch hitter coming in for the Mountaineers. CJ Kozarowski comes in, and a right-handed hitter. Kind of see what he can do here in the top of the 7th inning. 2 down. First pitch from Franco. Swinging high up in the air. It's over toward left field as well. And hung up in the air for Avery Tennell. In the top of the 7th, position number 7 makes lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th. Tie ball game at 6 apiece between Maryland Eastern Shore and Mount St. Mary's. Hancock, Davis, and Nordy here in game number 1 of our doubleheader. 2 7-inning games. Hancock 0 for 3. And Mount St. Mary's going to, for the moment, stick with Flynn at the mound. And a first pitch, Hancock right toward the third base coach's box. Fouls it off. It's 0-1. Flynn's been able to mitigate some damage, but a tying run from Brian Cordell bringing around Chris Allen to score just an inning ago. 0-1 to Hancock. Slow chopper over to short. A tough play. Backhand grab from Causa. Throw to first, and he's off the bag. Tough play to make, and an infield hit for Devin Hancock. The Shore coming through, getting the leadoff man aboard, trying to see if they can end this ball game here in the 7th inning. I'll bring up Carson Davis. Catcher 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. And the lefty digs in here against Flynn. At least for the moment, righty Sean Flynn is going to face another batter. Shimmies the shoulders. And the first pitch to Davis. Bunt shown, lays it right down the first base line. No choice, but they have to flip over to first as Savastillo covering. 1 out. A runner in scoring position for the Shore. DJ Doherty comes in. Called. And they'll intentionally walk DJ Doherty. Try to keep the double play alive. So now runners on first and second. And Mount St. Mary's is going to take their chances with Peter Jamison. So Jamison came up. So Jamison, potentially the task, can be the hero. Jamison, tough day so far here at the plate. Both Flynn set. And the first pitch to Jamison will take a fastball at the knees for strike 1. Hancock singles to lead off the frame. Davis bunts him to second, and now they intentionally Doherty. The 0-1 on the way. It's pushed out toward right center field. They're going to give the wave around to Hancock. The throw coming in. The play at the plate. He's safe. He's safe. Maryland Eastern Shore's going to walk off as Brian Laws calls safe at the plate, and Mount St. Mary's can't believe it. A walk-off single from Peter Jamison out toward right center field, and the Hawks take game number 1, 7-6. What a game. And Mount St. Mary's can't believe it. They somberly walk back toward the dugout. Johnny Franco picks up his second win of the season in relief. And Sean Flynn suffers the loss as a walk-off single from Peter Jamison gives the Hawks their third win in 4 games. And they take game number 1 over Mount St. Mary's. And a fun ball game that Maryland Eastern Shore got up ahead early in the count. Marcus Brown was able to escape some danger, but it finally caught up to him. 4 runs put up in the top of the 3rd inning by Mount St. Mary's, able to lead the rest of the way, coming all the way down. But the game-tying RBI triple from Brian Cordell in the bottom of the 6th inning allowed Chris Allen, the pinch runner, to come in to score to tie things up at 6 apiece. And then here in the 7th, Devin Hancock leads to start off the inning with a single. Carson Davis bunts him to second. They intentionally walk DJ Doherty. Peter Jamison comes through with the walk-off single to right center field, and a play at the plate going in favor of Maryland Eastern Shore. If you think that was exciting, folks, we've got another game. Stick with us. Game number 2 coming up in about 30 minutes here on SFMSports.net.